occultist Aleister Crowley, I wouldn't expect that you would know of him, but I read some of these neopagan guys because they kind of, in a very clear way, say exactly what individualism is, because that's what they're all about, is living for yourself. And in this book of the law, ironically enough, that was dictated to him by a demon, he said that this statement, "Do what thou wilt," shall be the whole of the law. And if you think about it, that really is the heart of expressive individualism. Do what you will. I mean, that's the whole of the law. Now they add the little caveat of like, don't hurt anybody, but really if push comes to shove, like you gotta do you. But contrast that vision of humanity with what the Westminster Shorter Catechism says, which is informed by biblical wisdom. What is the chief end of man? I mean, you know it, to glorify God and enjoy him forever. So we're made in God's image. There's a deeper purpose than just to fulfill our passing desires. And within this framework of Christianity, keeping the law becomes a pathway to a happy life because we've been reconciled to God and now we're living in harmony with who God is and what he would desire. Remember Psalm 1, blessed is the man, blessed means happy, who walks in the law of the Lord and doesn't walk in all of these different forms of wickedness. So the life of the expressive individual is not actually freedom. Yeah, it's actually being a slave to your passions. And remember, those passions aren't just the things that you do, they are an expression of who you are at the deepest level. So really, like whatever you feel is who you are according to expressive individualism. Both good and bad. So what do you do with that? Augustine, contrasting vice and virtue in his book, The City of God, when he was contrasting the city of God versus the city of man, he had this statement that the good man, although he may be a slave, is free, but the bad man, even if he reigns as a king, is actually a slave, and that not of one man, but what is far more grievous is as of many masters as he has vices. So this idea that every single one of your sins is actually a master over you, a tyrant, demanding everything, giving nothing, and you're in complete submission to them whether you like it or not. And that corresponds to how Peter describes false teachers in 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 19. They promise freedom, but they themselves are slaves of corruption. For whatever overcomes a person, to that he is enslaved.